Hello everyone, my name is ZMarie here with Heart for Art Live. Today we're going to be learning how to draw our interpretation of God's creation. Let's go! Today we're going to be learning how to draw our interpretation of God's creation. So without further ado, let's jump on over to our sketch pad and let's get started. Alright guys, so as I said, we're going to be drawing our interpretation of God's creation. So you can have your reference image printed out, or if you have it on something digital, you want to do it that way, you can. So I'm simply going to just use my phone and use that as my reference there, okay? So first we're going to start off, and I'll sit it so you all can see it just in case you don't have a reference near you. First we're going to start off by simply doing the outline, which is just the easiest way of doing it, okay? So I'm going to start off by doing that. Alright, so I'm just going to try and start off from the circle of the drawing, and I'm going to see if I can get that reference on the screen as well so you all can just see it that way too, okay? And to me, sometimes the circle can be one of the toughest parts, but if you keep practicing, you can get it, okay? So I'm not going to do the full circle, I'm just trying to do the basic outline because this is where the hand is going to start, okay? I'm just trying to get my basic circle outline and just get it as close as you can to the size of the actual drawing, okay? Alright. And anything that looks kind of awkward, we can always go back and correct it. So just get like a rough outline. Alright, and we're going to stop it there. Now I'm going to come about here. And this is where I'm going to start drawing the hand outline, about right here. Alright, so I'm going to do that first. And now we're going into the finger. Alright, I'm going to try and go up here so it can connect. Sort of like it's actually holding the earth. Something kind of like that, there. We're gonna bring them together. And anything that needs to be corrected, can always go back and correct that. We're just gonna get like a basic outline. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the nail for this finger. Alright. Like I said, this is just a rough draft, so. And I'm gonna try and show you all how to, sketch and all that a little later, but mainly just getting our basic outline of everything now, okay? So that kind of covers it for that finger. Now we're going to start about here, about right from this corner to right here. This is where we're going to start drawing the other part of the hand, all right? So come down, and then we're going to stop right here and do the knuckle about right there. Alright. And instead of me doing this whole finger, I'm going to wait to do that so I can make sure that the whorl and all of that is the size that I want it to be, okay? So I'm going to try and go ahead and do the outline of both of the knuckles, or all the knuckles. So then we're going to come here, start doing the other knuckle. About right there. And you can do whichever size you want it to be, but to get it as close to the reference, this is kind of the layout that I'm just kind of basically doing just to give myself a rough draft. Alright, and as you can see, this, this third knuckle has a different shape. It's more of a point right here. So when you get here, do a slight point. Alright, and then come about right there. Now we're about to oval it off. And as I said, this is just a rough draft, so anything that needs to be fixed, we can always fix it, okay? Now we're gonna come here. We're not gonna draw anything there because we can see on the drawing it's kind of a shadow. So let's come about right here. So we can draw the nail on this finger. Alright, about right there. And it's not a full nail, because this one's kind of cut off a little bit so it'll look like actually holding the world. So like that. And if you want to just draw yourself a line right here so you can know that that's where the outline is, you can do that, okay? All right. I'm trying to get it as close to the reference drawing as possible, just so the outcome can, you know, look as close to the reference as possible. All right. Do this like this. Make the pinky smaller than the other fingers. Okay. Put it off like that. This is going to be the nail right here. So you don't have to do it as detailed as this, but I'm trying to make it as close to our reference as possible. It's okay. So that gives us kind of a basic rough sketch for this side of the hand. So then, if you want to go back now and fix where you did your circle or anything like that, then now would be a good time, because I can see some of the things that I need to go back and fix, like my circle up here. I'm gonna try and make that a little wider and move it over a little bit. All right. So I'm gonna come to about here. Almost in the same position we had it, just this is a little off. So, all right. So come there. Still give yourself a basic sketch. So try not to do it too hard. On some parts I went kind of hard, but that's okay. Just give yourself a basic, especially with circles, just give yourself a basic sketch. You can always go back and darken it. So we're gonna go like this. So it'll be a big world and it won't look so small. All right. And then we can see down here, so we have to make sure that all of the proportions and everything are the same, so it'll look like a full circle and it won't be crooked. So I'm just going back trying to make sure I have all my lines the same shape. And if you've already got this part, then that's excellent. Sometimes it takes me a little longer with circles, but that's okay. All right. All right, guys, we're going to pause right there, and we're going to continue our drawing after this short break. So don't put up your sketch pads and pencils. We'll be right back after this short break, okay?
Tired of your bland wardrobe? Well, spice things up with the Wood Prosper's customizable t-shirts in 3 easy steps. First, go to ZmarieNow.com and click the Wood Prosper logo. Then select Create Your Own, and lastly, import your own design or use the ones we pre-made for you. You can even customize mugs, hats, jackets, and so much more. So head on over to ZmarieNow.com and click on Wood Prosper today and get your designs noticed.
All right, guys, welcome back. Grab your pencil and your sketch pad, and let's pick up where we left off before the break, okay? So let's get back to it. Okay, so we're just gonna continue here where we left off, and I'm just fixing a few of the lines. Just giving myself a basic rough sketch of the circle. So now I'm just going around making my full circle. So, trying to make all the lines as close as possible so it actually look like a circle and not an oval. Alright, so we're going to stop there because we got to do the other side of the hand. And I'm like such a perfectionist when it comes to these circles, so if you see me erasing a bunch of times, that's just on my part. That finger. Now we're going to go to the next one. Start here. So we're just trying to give ourselves a basic outline to go from. Now some people can start up here and just like sketch down, but I usually try and give myself a basic outline to kind of, you know, go from. So that's what we're just doing now, just simply giving ourselves an outline so when we go back and sketch and shade and all of that, we'll have our outline in place. So now I'm just kind of doing the same thing we did on the other side and getting our finger, all of our fingers as close as we can to our reference drawing. Okay, like that. You can always go back and correct anything that looks off or like the wrong side. You can always go back and correct that. Guys, that pretty much wraps up this drawing for this part. We're going to continue this drawing on next time, so make sure you all come on back every Tuesday at 2 p.m. And I did want to make sure that I mentioned to you all again to make sure you go over to www.SMICApp, that's SMIC app.com. Make sure you all go over there and click on Would Prosper, and you can actually get your own designs put on t-shirts, mugs, sneakers, so much more. So make sure you all go on over there and check that out. And I did mention on last time as well, I want you all to check out this awesome art museum. It's known as ABAM Center, Alabama Biblical Arts Museum. They have awesome portraits, over 150 different multicultural biblical character portraits that you all will love. So their website, that is www.abamcenter.com. So make sure you all go over there and check that out. And I have been your hostess and your fellow artist, ZMarie, here with Heart for Art Live. Make sure you all come on back, tune in next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So see you all then. Thank you so much for joining.
You want to understand God's calling for your life as a visual artist? Well, now you can. Zoe Hoffman's book entitled How to Get Answers Every Time You Pray for Visual Artists, which is inspired by Apostle Dr. Ludi L. Hoffman's book, How to Get Answers Every Time You Pray, The Power of Partnership, you will be guided through what needs to be done in order to properly stay in God's will for your life as an artist. Go online to www.abamcenter.com and order your copy today.